Hello everybody, welcome back to Workers and Resources. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. I've basically taken 3 of my construction offices, including the big one, and said, hey, you are exclusively dedicated to these few buildings. One of which, with the highest priority, is the coal power plant. And so they've been hammering away at it, trying their best to get it done. I was really hoping to bring people in 1964. It's looking increasingly like it's going to be 65. I feel like it's going to be 65. I've got a lot of stuff. I've been spreading myself kind of thin, okay? And I don't know if that's a recommended strategy. I don't think I've really built anything that's not necessary. You know, like if I go through my place here, so like maybe I got some resources in this one, but eventually it will be used. I got a couple of quarries and I don't need them yet. You know, there's definitely some room for improvement here in my build orders. Probably didn't need to get the big one, but hey, look, it's done, so fine. And if we had people right now, we could technically go quarry, bring it right to here, and process our own gravel right now. We could technically do that. Even without the storage and this loader and all that stuff, it is still technically possible. And so I am going to kind of reset these, maybe hold off on construction there a little bit, just so they don't dedicate any resources to this just yet, because it's not necessary. And I want them to focus entirely on the things that are. And this coal power plant is one of those things. The conveyor that feeds it, and then this bit of aggregate storage here, which is heavy on the concrete, not so much on the steel. And that's what I really want to do. I want to do heavy concrete, light steel buildings. The issue with that, though, is while concrete is kind of cheaper, you know, in large quantities as you scale it up, you know, like if you were to say, okay, this takes 50 tons of steel versus 200 tons of concrete, the 200 tons of concrete is still cheaper. But at the moment, I only have 4 vehicles that can do concrete. And these guys are they're workhorses. They're doing as much as they can. And the thing is, I don't have any other construction offices at the moment. Like, I can't dedicate enough vehicles to this. So what I'd really like to do is get people, then build a proper construction office near the town, and then dedicate one of my free ones here to 4 more. I'd really like to get 4 more of the concrete mixers. That way I can double my concrete load, because concrete is the bottleneck right now. Only 4 concrete mixers in my entire republic. Now, I could maybe go in and say, okay, we don't need this many dumpers, but the thing is, we do need this many dumpers. I'm not sure why they're just sitting here. Okay, so it's all workers at the moment. Okay, so maybe we don't need as many dumpers as I think we do. Maybe we can take these dumpers and assign them over here. And then we get our temporary one right here. Ah, there you go. Just walked myself through that problem, didn't we? All right, we'll put these dumpers over here, and then they can go off and do their own thing. And then this temporary construction office, well, once we get this, it actually has gravel on it. Where's it going? Well, going the only place that makes sense. That way. Towards power, right? Well, at least this way anyway. So anyway, really hoping to get the power plant up and running, and we got to bring people next year. 64, man, we got to bring them, because the thing is, all the wear and tear is already started on these buildings. 9%, 8%, 6%, 7%, etc. Now, we will get these repaired automatically. The construction office, assuming they're not super busy, will come around and maintain the buildings, okay? That's how you maintain buildings, is through the construction offices. And if they get too bad, then you need to reconstruct them, which, you know, happens, you know, the construction offices can go ahead and take care of that. As far as vehicles, still need our repair offices, and I'm building a few more. So we're gonna have another repair office right here. This is another small repair station. And this small repair station, I think this is the small one, isn't it? Yeah, small. I wish they would, a little bit of it like I don't know if it really matters, but I wish it would say vehicle, small vehicle repair station, medium vehicle repair station, etc. but I kind of get it. I understand the parentheses is fine. Okay. I've also renamed the towns. I don't know if you can tell, but Charlebinsk is what this says. Hi, Charlebinsk. Ested on August 17th, 1963. We're going to change the date established to the date where we bring in people. And that's going to be very easy to do. We simply create a new one right next to it, and then that's it. But right now, Charlebinsk is at the center of this roundabout. And as we expand the town out, it'll go that way. Then there's Charlebinsk North. That's kind of hard to see. There you go. The Charlebinsk North is over here. That's the north side. Down over here, we got Charlebinsk South. That's going to be where our industrial parks and stuff are. Then we've got Charlebinsk West here, okay? And there probably isn't going to be much for a Charlebinsk East. Probably. But we'll have that be over here, okay? And then that's it. So anything that's outside the borders here, anything that's outside of this, that's a new city. That's a new place, okay? And that includes a new city. If I end up making a city over here, which I may, then that will be a whole different city too, which it already has a name, but we can, change it, move it around, etc. Okay. So I mostly just wanted to keep you guys up to date on what I'm doing here. I do have to kind of let this run a little bit because I'm at a stage of the game, for me anyway, where planning additional things, like I could, but I really need to nail down what I've already got first. And what I've already got is the framework for a pretty successful little town. We've got, as long as we get the power plants up and running and we can feed them, then that's great. We obviously need to get buses and things like that. And I'm going to get a temporary free road depot. I'm going to stick a free road depot kind of over here or something. We'll have this be where the buses start. We'll get our buses sent to here, and then we'll put them on routes from here. So we'll just... for the time being, we'll just stick this little depot right here. So, okay. Get that hooked up. Is this already dirt? Oh, this is still a dirt road anyway. Never mind. Speaking of still a dirt road, we're making them gravel and stuff too. As we go, we're making more and more gravel roads. But I would really, really like to get more workers on board on this. Because workers is the bottleneck. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So unfinished road here, we got a one-way gas station. So in the middle of all of this chaos with these two roundabouts here, I thought it'd be a pretty cool idea to get this to be just a one-way gas station. People pull in, get gas, and go. And this is great for buses because buses are going to come from here, grab people, head this direction, and they're on their way over here. So they can just kind of pick up some gas and then off they go and cycle around. At least that's what I'm hoping they'll do. And yeah, the heating plant is ready to go. All right, it's got coal in there plus a whole bunch of coal here. So we've been getting steady deliveries this whole time, trying to get it a collection of coal ready so that we can sort of evaluate it once we start using it. And we need to deliver power all over the place here too. So I need to get the coal manufacturing and try to figure out where that's going to be. I've been trying to sort of figure out the spacing. And I've come to the realization that there's just no way to get this bus stop to provide workers for coal too. So that's going to have to be a completely separate bus stop. And so I'm thinking if it's a separate bus stop, why don't we just have a bus stop like over in here? And then that stop can feed the power plants, which are 20 workers apiece. So that's 40, plus the processing plants for coal, which is 15 apiece. So why don't we just do that? And so if we take a look at the fossil fuels, so 15 apiece, we can create at maximum 120 tons of coal per day with this. And the coal mine will be able to produce per worker 4.2 tons of coal or per day. That's at 100%. We're not going to get 100%, right? We're only going to get 57% of this, right? Which is, I don't know, something like, probably around 2.5 or something, okay? So let's go back. You know what? Let's get a calculator out. 4.2. Okay, so we're looking at 2.4, basically. We'll round up to 2.4. So 2.4 at maximum. Let's actually round down to 2.2 just because we're probably not going to have maximum ever. But if we can keep the mine completely full, we can generate a whopping 484 tons of coal ore per day. All right, so 484. Now, that means, based on maximum production and consumption or whatever, that means we're going to need 2 processing plants to net out a total of 240 tons of coal per workday. 240 tons is fantastic because this thing is only going to use 24 per day, each of them. So we are going to be very, very fine with 2 processing plants for the foreseeable future, as that will also provide coal over here too for this. So we are very good on coal. That coal is also going to get sent to bricks, don't forget. And so we'll have that being used too. There's lots of things that use coal, and we're going to, need to keep processing it. So I'm going to go and get the coal ore processing plant. And again, I'm going to have the bus stop kind of in the middle of all of these things. So I think the best course of action here for me is maybe to just straddle this road. And I'm wondering if I can get the coal on that side. This one looks like... No, okay, so it only has one that's up high. So is it possible to feed that up high one from over here? It doesn't look very good. I'd like to feed it directly. I don't want to deal with the engines and the conveyor engines and stuff. So we'll try this right here. We'll say this one is 1. We're going to put it at a slight angle just to make this easier on me. So 1. We're flip this over. Oh, we want to keep it the same way, don't we? Yep, right about here. But then the problem is the road, right? We got to get the road to work here too. So, all right, we're gonna deal with engines. I don't want to get in the way of the roads and stuff. I didn't really want to deal with engines, but I will. So and for this instance, we're going to have the conveyor engine facing that way. And we're going to say that this building is right here. And we're going to flip it over. And we're going to have the other conveyor engine facing this way. Very similar build to what we had before with the stream series before. And then we'll just have this be probably right about here. Should be good. I think that's probably fine. Now, the real trick is finding a spot where buses can get people to walk here and here. And it looks to me like it's got to be like pretty much right where this... It's going to have to be like right here, isn't it? I feel like that's the case. We'll take a look at it soon. And let's have a road that goes across this. And you know what? Let's make sure the elevators and stuff are good to go because we have to use one of these. So transfer engine, we want to have one of these. These are the ones that have 2 ins and 1 out. And that is perfect. That's just exactly what I'm looking for right there. But for the sake of expanding, nah, we're not going to expand this enterprise. This is fine. We have lots of other sources of coal too, so if we need to expand it for some reason, we can that way. Let's make sure that we don't mess up where the road is. Face it outwards like this. There we go. And come on now. Oh, there's got to be a spot where I can get the road out and get this in. Do I have to go just... Yeah, right there. I think. Yeah, right. Like... Oh, man. Okay, try this. See if it lets me do that. It looks pretty good so far. For the road, it's got to go underneath this, so it's not going to go underneath this. We're going to have it go beside, and it can't go underneath this one either. Wow, we have really low. We probably should lift some of these up. I know it's an extra conveyor, but if we want to be able to move through this area with any vehicles, we got to lift these up. So... Okay, I think probably the best one to lift up in this situation. Honestly, they're both pretty good to lift up. We haven't delivered any resources to them yet. It's just it's extra resources to make the engine. I was hoping not to do that. This one is at least rising already, so let's lift this one up because we can't have this be so low all the time. I'm gonna get rid of this one, and we're gonna go in and try to make sure this gets lifted up a little bit. So, and we'll go about here. I think we need to get... See, the issue with lifting it up, though, is that I want my power to come through here, too. So it actually needs to be something more like this. Yeah, this right here looks good. Because then I can get the power through here, because it can go over top of this one. This one's staying low, while this one rises up high, so we can get get the roads through there. So we have a road going that way. That's what I want. Give me a road that goes through there. All right. So this road is going to come all the way through here, and it gets connected over on this side. So we're going to see these kind of meet up and get connected there. And then this one can go across, hopefully maybe there. Looks good. And this one can come in and be connected to this side anyway. Or not. Crossing not allowed. Come on. There we go. All right. So at least I get all the roads connected, and I just got to figure out where the bus stop's going, but it's probably going to be here. And then we could do tunnels. We could just do straight up walking paths if there's a possibility to do that. Let's check. From this point over here is easy. That's a piece of cake. So how about over here instead? So from here, from here to here. Looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, because we have walking paths on this side's easy. So this one is the one that's challenging to hit. And we can get underneath this, hopefully. Good enough. We can get there, and that means we can get this direction and walk on this side. Okay. That's not going to be an issue. Bus stop in here is not going to be an issue. Perfect. What I was hoping for. So, go like that. And then we're going to go and just meet up probably on this side. And then let's have a bus stop be, I think, right here. Could be the bus stop. We'll hit I think we'll probably do, we just got to do a fast one. Like, they don't need to be waiting around here. They're not, this is a drop-off point. They're not waiting here to, like, get picked up or anything. So we'll just place this right here. This should be an acceptable spot for buses to drop them off, provided we can go straight this way too. You know, I think this walking path has met its maker. At least it has now, because I just, you know, went ahead and did that. Let's have this come all the way this way. And we'll have it meet up, I think, right here. All right. That seems fine. And then let's make sure that we get that walking path reconnected. There we go. All right, lots of stuff to do, right? Not a lot of vehicles to do it. 42% done on power. Heat's ready to go. Let's check water and sewage. So the well's not completely built yet. We're just waiting on workers. Workers is always the bottleneck for this stuff. But the pump's done. That's good. Water treatment plant is done. Hey, they must have just got that done, because I don't think that was done. That might have been done when we started the episode. I don't remember. But that's very recent. And then, let's see. How about, we got this house that's getting done. Close to it. The shopping center is only at 64%. A lot of our power cables aren't done yet. So I'm just trying to do a lot of things at once, right? And then I started to, like, try to plan from this direction. I was going to put police station right here, but I've kind of decided against it, because we're going to be expanding the city this way. So I kind of want this power, I kind of want the police station to be sort of right over here. So it's going to be near the hospital and stuff. And so, you know, we could have the courthouse and all that stuff over here too. And then people should be able to just simply walk from this bus stop to get over here. It's 233 meters. It's plenty of space. So we should be able to get that happening too. Let me just real quick get a gravel road. And I'd like to, well, I was hoping I could maybe cross this. I don't know if that's really something I want to do, though. Yeah, I think I'd rather keep this separate, put some buildings and stuff between this, and then have this run on the other side of it. I think that's what I'd rather do. This should go straight out, too. We'll have this be about like that. Have that run out there. Then this can go around it. So whatever we put here, which is probably going to be some touristy stuff, things that these guys can access, probably. The walking distance here is a little bit finicky, but if we ever really desire everybody getting in here, because they had to like zigzag and stuff, if we ever really desire people to get in here, we can later on build a tunnel. There's lots of opportunities to place tunnels in here and stuff, so we're good. Now for the garbage, we have a lot of the garbages are already done and they're ready to collect. We can take these big ones. This is why I would say that it's better to choose the big ones than the small ones, okay? So this is confusing. So there are small garbage containers and large garbage containers, and then there are small stands and large stands. Okay, so what you want for residential areas is the large stand for the small containers, okay? And then for industrial, you want either the small, depending on what it is, either the small or the large stand for the large containers. Okay, so this is a good example of the difference. They don't have much difference, but you can see the difference in size for the containers. It's a large stand for different sized containers. The reason you want to do that is because the small stand with the small containers, the small stand only allows you to designate this for mixed waste. But the large stand allows you to manipulate what containers go where with what. So for example, I can say, hey, these 4 containers are reserved for only biological waste. Okay, so all of the biological waste is going to go in here. And then if there's hazardous waste, we would have this designated too, which is why we're going to go over to the hospital now. And at the hospital, I've already done this. All right, we've got, let's say, 6 containers of biological waste and 5 containers for hazardous waste. And then there's some other stuff where they can throw whatever they want, but they will always fill biological in the biological containers first, hazardous in the hazardous containers first, and then if all of those are full, only then will they start filling in the other ones. And then of course they can throw things like metal scrap and plastic waste and all that stuff. That can also go in the mixed containers. This is going to be very important for later on when we start sorting our garbage, which is just something I haven't been able to get to yet in terms of garbage sorting, because I think you have to research sorting. There's the recycling, but the separation plants, here it is, general separation. This is the building we want, but we have to research this first, all right? Aluminum separation and scrap separation, all right? Now, scrap separation is a whole nother animal here. We actually have our technical services, right? We got our garbage trucks. We're also going to have a lot of snow plows and stuff too. And so that's why we have now 4 of the technical services things queued up in here. All of them are in range of the vehicle repair station, okay? But the vehicle repair station, it needs stuff. So I've also got one of these tiny little warehouses attached to it so we can deliver stuff there. And obviously, big stand for small containers for waste too. All right, anywhere where there's workers, you need waste. The other thing we can do here, though, is we can set up a scrapping facility. And so if we ever want to, let's say, break down a car, because you can't sell the cars. Did I show you that last video? I think I did. You can't actually sell them, all right? If I try to sell this right here, I have to pay to take this. I have to actually pay. So if I try to sell this now without this much money, it's just going to tell me I don't have enough money to sell it, right? I'm going to lose money from this. Because what it wants you to do now with this is we have the ability now to scrap vehicles, okay? I'm going to have to take a loan, aren't I? I think I have to take another loan because I'm in debt and I'm accumulating penalties at the moment, which is no good. So 472, let's take... Honestly, let's just take, I don't know, 550. That's not enough. Go 650 here. And then let's clear out these. 183, 420. And then 288, 743. All right, so we've reset our term, added some extra debt, and we should be all right now with power, which means these things can start running again, which means this... it's got some in it. That's good. Starting to fill up again. That's nice. Why are you guys not doing anything? Is there really nothing to do for you? I mean, are all of these things just waiting workers? It is. Every single one of these is just pending workers. Oh, that sucks so bad. Yeah, we just need workers on all of these things. Ugh. All right, I need additional... The thing is, it's adding another one of these isn't going to change much in terms of... Oh, you know what I didn't do? hang on. Yeah, this. You. I tell you, I'm like a freaking dog that finds a squirrel, dude. Like, I just so distracted. Take this, delete. Now I have to decide whether or not I want more concrete or more workers. And, you know, I'm kind of thinking I want more workers. I just don't... I think workers is the thing I need more, right? So why don't we... Where is it? Right here. We have only one more left, as you know. And why don't we go ahead and... I'll pop this over here, I guess. Okay, right next to this. Due to infrastructure. Oh, right. There's the power cables are running there. All right, we'll drop it right here. And we're going to have to buy some more buses and stuff. So let's see if we have any used buses. Are there any used buses? Okay. Well, we got one here. 80 passengers. 25% wear. That's probably a good savings. We'll buy that one. And then the rest of them are just brand new, aren't they? So if we're going to buy brand new ones, we'll do that over here. And we want the bus. And we were looking for... Which one was it? Which one were we already using? The LZ... Let's just see. There's got to be a bus around here somewhere, right? On its way back, maybe? Any buses right here? Oh, this thing's... Look at this thing. Hold on. Come on, camera. Come on. Look at that thing. 57% wear, man. These things are getting close to the point where they're going to start breaking down, man. I'm not happy about it. But this is the LZ695B. LZ695B. So we want to get the... yeah, right here. The LZ695B. 1, 2 of these. I think 3 of these. And then we're going to take our used... Oh, hello. Take our used vehicle. I mean, we're in debt. But look, the EDK 300, we already own this. Okay? That's a different thing. We already own that. All right, you are going to go to here. All right. And you're going to get your workers from there. And you are now on auto. You're going to be on auto search in a second. I'm going to add you to this group. Nope, right there. There it is. And add you to the group. Put you on auto search for 3,000 meters. And let's put you to work on some of the critical stuff. Power plant's critical. You know what? Like, I think I'm just going to give you all of these for now. Yep. That's pretty critical. None of that's important. These are, yeah, like the garbage is going to be really important to bring people in. So we'll send you on these 4 projects for now. And then everybody else can keep doing other things. But now I've at least added 50% more buses for workers. The problem, though, is that we have a limited number of foreign workers. So, you know, one bus is going to get them from here, but we need the other buses to get them from other places. So that's why this one should be getting them from Moika over there. Yep. And then I'm kind of feeling like we send the other bus all the way over here to get workers, but that's so far away. But it would give us access to a whole new pool of workers at a different station. And like, it's probably worth it. I don't know. Let's bring this road out. We'll do it as a gravel road at least. Now we'll bring this road out to here. We're going to wrap around the water like that. And I think we probably want to... Do we just hook directly to the roundabout? Or do we hook up over here somewhere? It might look better to hook up over here. I think it would. Let's hook up right here, let's say. So we'll go in and make our roundabout that we do over here, like so. Okay, and then we'll just kind of say right about here-ish. Get that X right in between these 2 roads. Seems close enough for me. Yep. And then we want to hook up this side, get rid of this marker, and then this one goes that way, this one goes that way, and then you are coming in right there. That's fine with me too. All right. Let's get our construction crews on this road as well. It's 1 big road. Nah, it's 2. It doesn't have to be 2. It really doesn't have to be 2. Why is it? Why are you 2? Why are you 2 roads? You don't need to be. You should be all 1 big road is what you should be. Hold on. You should really be 1 big road. Well, okay, so that's why, because there's a curve in it. You're not going to let me do this, are you? You're going to be a jerk face. I know a jerk face when I see it. I'm thinking you're a jerk face. Here, let's come right around here and then pop that in like that. How it's supposed to be. Yep. All right, you should be one big road, but there it goes. Is that one big road now? There it is. One big... No. No, why? Why? Why does it keep happening to me? I'm going to fix this. Okay, I triple checked this time. There are no additional waypoints on this road. It should be one big road now, which means that when they get the project, they'll just go ham on it until it's completely done. One big road. Very good. All right, that's the case there. And we're going to make that a high priority for the crews too, so that they get on it. And then we can have this other office. You know... Okay. It's time to do this a little smarter, isn't it? I'm thinking it's time to do this smarter, guys. All vehicles report to this. Gosh, you're so destroyed. We really need repairs. Just saying. We really need repairs very soon. Things are going to get crazy. Things are going to start breaking down bad, and I don't like this. Get rid of this construction office. Bring this construction office over here like a smarter person. Okay. And set it up right here next to the border. Okay. Temporary one anyway. Yeah, set this up right next to the border. Okay, then bring all those vehicles that are over here. Almost. Bring all of these and tell them to go work. Well, what's going on here? Why'd you guys leave? You getting fuel? You're getting fuel. Fine, get fuel. But this new office that I just got, totally should have put it over here. Even if it was a dirt road, I probably should have done that. Like, make a dirt road right now and just bring it all the way over and then just... I've been doing this wrong the whole time. How many videos, I wonder, is it going to take? How many people are going to tell me to do that? I don't know. That's not really an obvious thing. It's not that typical that you have multiple order posts this close together and that you use them like that. It's not that typical to do that, but... Yeah, I mean, if you have them, then sure, absolutely. There's no reason not to, but that's the reason to do that, because you get access to foreign workers. And there's a limited pool of them, right? And so you'll have buses that are just chilling, doing nothing while the pool is regenerating. You could be tapping into a different pool of workers if you wanted, you know? You could be totally doing that. Definitely. All right. Did you guys all... You're all back now, so all of you are going to work here, okay? Then you get your workers from here, and then you will auto search and do all the wonderful things. I am very sorry that you are damaged. I'm very sorry. You'll probably break down and I'll have to scrap you, which will be very expensive, and I really hope I don't have to do that. You know, it would be cool if we just got this done. And then we'd have to deliver resources to it. But, I mean, at least we'd get it done. And then we could start fixing these vehicles. That would be really nice. I'm out of bricks. I have very little steel left. 320. Honestly, that's the reason why I lost money so fast. Is because I just spent it all on steel. But it was worth it. Because, like, steel's price is much higher now. Remember the last time we checked the price on steel? What was it? Huh? Go back and look at it. What was the price? It's $369 now. Pretty sure it wasn't even... I'm pretty sure it was like $316, right? It's probably like 50 rubles per ton more expensive today than it was before. All right. So I just bought a bunch of it. I thought it was a good idea at the time. I don't know. We have our main intersection for our rail network right here. I've completed that because I wanted to run a power line this way, which may not have been the best call. I probably could have done this differently, but it's fine. We've already delivered the resources, so I'm not going to back out now. But this goes around, and it comes to this switch right here. And then this switch distributes it to these two right here, these two. Which they're not done yet, of course. But it's going to distribute it to these two right here, which can then power all the stuff that we do as we expand this way and this way. Okay. We have this other pump jack that's just sitting here. The only reason it's here is to remind me that there's oil here. And we're not planning to use it yet, but by having this here, I go, what's that for? Oh, right, oil. And then that tells me that there's oil in the spot. And then I'm thinking, I don't know how well, but I was thinking maybe we'd start with like getting chemicals going. And if we did that, well, this little pump jack could be the thing that pumps it over, and we start processing chemicals over here. So we could just turn this around, pump it this way, and then there's chemicals, and then the oil goes into a chemical setup, right? I was just thinking out loud. I don't really know. For the garbage trucks, they need a place to store the dump, right? All this mixed trash and stuff, it's all going to get there. They need a place to store it. And so I'm probably going to put that right here along with the incinerator. Probably be over here too. And all that will get processed over here into other materials. And then we'll have storages right here to place those materials. And then those can get accessed or transported maybe with distribution to take them out of here and bring them over there. Possible. The other location I was thinking about maybe doing that garbage would be over in this area, but that's getting kind of crowded with coal because I might have 2 more processors here. I don't want to do it here because I want concrete here, but if concrete isn't that big, well, then maybe we'll put the incinerators and stuff here, because having the construction materials like the scrap yard and the recycling and stuff, right? If we take metal scraps and make steel out of it, that sounds great. And if we could do that, awesome. Then it gets popped in over here, and we can continue to use it like anywhere else. But more realistically, what I think will happen is we'll just run this rail over here, comes down. We'll have another junction right here, and then this rail will come down through here. Although it is quite steep, I think I can probably fit a rail right alongside this road. And then we'll have a train pick up the stuff over here and then take it back over to the station and dump it off. That's an easy way to do it too. So, lots of ideas. Not a lot of time or money. I'll be right back. Let it be known that on April 11th, 1964, probably more than 2 years after I laid in the plans for it, this warehouse finally finished. So this warehouse is the one that's connected where the train's going to come in, right? And this is a very important warehouse. This is going to serve as the center for all of our moving around and logistics and everything. At least for now. Eventually, the warehouse, the purpose that this is serving is going to get moved over somewhere else. But for right now, because of limited resources, I'm just going to double dip and use this for now. So this warehouse is going to be configured to hold 50 tons of crops. Probably won't need that many, but we're going to do it anyway. 44 tons of fabric. Again, probably won't need that. I imagine we probably won't need any fabric in here, really, because the clothing stores will just be sucking it up, but we'll see. Alcohol, going to have some of that. A bunch of food, clothes, very small amount of plastics, electronics. All right. We're not going to store electrical components or mechanical components or explosives, since those things are stored in this little one over here already. So we're just going to let that be what it's doing, okay? Inside of this last distribution office that I've had, this one right here is going to have 2 covered hulls and 1 refrigeration truck. And I think you could probably guess what we're doing here. We're going to be loading food, clothing, electronics, and actually, let's load alcohol too. Why not? And I think that is everything. Yeah, no meat is going to be in here. Meat's going to get stored somewhere else. In fact, we're just going to take meat direct, I think, is what we're going to do. You know, I might do like a big meat storage and just connect this up like right over here, like a really big one right here alongside this road. It's probably a good idea. It's just something that we can access later on, okay? So, you know, make it so, please. Although, I'd like to get this upgraded. Let's get this road marked to upgrade for gravel, and then we'll connect you there. All right, so eventually they'll get on this. Not as important. All right, so you're going to take all those things from here, and you're going to deliver them over here to this warehouse, okay? And this warehouse, you are going to unload food, clothing, electronics. You're not going to unload the alcohol. Instead, and we're going to keep this like full, okay? But instead, you're going to take the alcohol over to the pub, which is not built yet. Of course it's not. I mean, why would we ever prioritize a pub? Gotta do it, though. You gotta have the pub. Because they're going to get cranky if they can't drink their vodka. And yeah, the school needs done, too. Let's make sure that's prioritized as well. They're finally getting on the pipes. Oh, it's taking forever. They've been doing the pipes for a while, but it's just taking a long time. So it looks like we've got sewage is run from here all the way down to here, but we don't have any. Okay, they've started work on this at least. We've got actually we've got 420 tons of gravel, 42 tons of boards, and 10 tons of concrete already on the site. That makes me happy. Still a little bit more concrete to go, and a lot of work days, but that's okay. We're work days is the bottleneck everywhere. The important thing is that we get that done, and then as long as this gets built, which is starting, we have work days now, but as long as this gets built, we can then have a sewage truck just go in and empty that and bring it over here and just go back and forth. It's a long way, but we could do it. God, this heating place is going to need repaired before we even start using it. It's at 6% wear and tear already. 59% on this. Not a single bit of work done on this. That's okay, though. We don't need it done yet. Actually started working on the storage too. We got 12 workers there, 78% done there. Okay. So anyway, to get resources from here, because we obviously need them in there first, right? We're going to come over here. And what we want to do is repurpose some of these trucks. So this dumper, we're going to move this dumper. This is one of those 25-ton trucks, right? One of these is going to get moved over, and they're going to get popped in right over here. So you see there's already an excavator here ready to go, right? And so we're going to have this going back and forth doing things in here, okay? So what I want to do first is we need to get just a standard old road depot in here somewhere. I do like me some standard old road depots. They are useful. Right there. That. Have you go there. So we're going to take you out of this office, basically. Okay? Taking you out of here. Now, there's a covered haul truck here already. Right? This other dumper is going to get repurposed as well. It's going to get moved out of here once it comes back from doing whatever it's doing. But in the meantime, this distribution office needs to have a refrigeration truck. And we obviously want the biggest capacity. And we're going to do blue because it's coming from the border. There's a big one. Refrigeration truck. Now what we want to do is we're going to load in here. We're going to make sure that we load food, alcohol, clothing, meat, and we're going to have that stuff delivered to this one. All right. Now, two things are going to happen here first. Also electronics too. Oh, it's going to be expensive. Let's hold off on electronics. We don't need people happy. We just need them working. Let's do that. Unload here. Let's keep this, somewhat full. Clothing. Yeah, clothing, electronics, but we're not loading that. And that's it for this one. Okay. And then over here, we're going to make sure that you unload meat here. Let's keep that 50% full is fine. 40% is probably better. Yeah, it's fine. And then you don't need to deliver anything over here. And so that is the new route for that distribution office. It's going to just take things over here, drop it off. We have like an extra stockpile, if you will. And hopefully we just fill this place up. And these things will take it the rest of the way. Okay? Man, oh man. This is, it's getting expensive, isn't it? Down to 54 grand. Still good on the oil. Still rocking and rolling. Let's get another oil truck going. I took some of them off because this couldn't recover. We just couldn't produce enough. So I took some of these trucks away, and I'm going to put them back on now. It's because of the power problem, right? We ran out of power for a little bit. Needed to get this thing reset. So I think we'll go ahead and get you going back on the route too. And this cistern, yeah, this one can go. You guys can all go. Everybody just pile in, take as much oil as you can, go sell it at the border. Needs to happen. All right. Are we satisfied with this video yet? I don't know, man. Like, I really want to, there's a propensity for me to want to just go. But if I start too soon, if I bring people in too soon, which this is too soon. If I bring people in too soon, then they all get cranky, they all die, they starve, whatever, and then I wasted all of the money I spent bringing them in, right? Now, the 700 grand that we have in here, I'm using this to bring in people. That means low education everywhere. Now, we're going to hire, I'll probably bring in like maybe 25, 30, maybe 50 experts, okay? We'll bring in 50 experts using this money, which is going to tank this, but that's fine. I have to hit the button 10 times. How much does it cost to do that? Experts are 5,500 for, so they're over 1,000 rubles each. That sucks. But we need them because we need them for the hospital, right? Gotta have doctors in here to treat people. We need them for the kindergarten. We need them for the school to teach people. And then at that point, we're fine. So we'll get like 50 of them, right? I think that's a good, healthy number. And then the rest of them, we're going to bring in a whole bunch of immigrants, which they're going to immediately flood to the school. So, you know, experts, let's get to teaching. And then once they are educated, then they can go and join the workforce. And I will have spent my dollars on that instead of my rubles, because I have no other purpose for these dollars. I have nothing I can spend them on because I have no connection to the Western countries. If I can get a connection to the Western countries, that would help. But I have no connection to the Western countries. And I have really no solid way to do that unless I want to take a dirt road and just, you know, all the way over there. I suppose I could make like a bridge. We could say the road goes around to dirt road only, and it goes to here, and then maybe it crosses here. And then we have a bridge there. We have to build the bridge, of course. So I have to spend resources and time and money and all that stuff to build this bridge. And then it goes all the way over here. And all of that just so that I can buy a few measly vehicles, some used vehicles from over here, which, I mean, is fine, but sure. Not great. I would rather spend the money bringing in citizens, even though they're uneducated. Taking the time to educate them is going to be good. Obviously, we want a mixture. We want productive people too, but to fill these up and to get them training and get them sent to school and everything, that's the plan. And we're gonna spend some money on some of the dollars on people. All right. Taking a look at our debt, 621 grand. It's not great. It's been worse. I've seen it worse before. We might actually get there, but we managed it before, right? We were able to manage it before, and I think we'll be able to manage it better this time because, again, as soon as this is operational, we are going to be cranking out the power. So good. Definitely, so good. 30 megawatts is going to be connected to this through these two lines right here, which I should probably start construction on again because yeah, we should do that. And then here as well, and then you know, we'll need this to connect the power plant anyway. So let's get cranking on all this. Yep, gotta do all that too. Once we have the power operational, the power plus oil, I believe that will be enough to offset our costs, and we'll have a more stable budget then. We can slowly dwindle down the debt at that point, expand, spend some more money on a second power plant. Once that's operational, whoo, we are flying now. We should be profitable, and we could then look to expand coal at this point because we're going to have to bring in coal from the border at this point, which is bad. We don't want to do that. So we're going to have to work on that too. But that's a problem for another day, right? All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. I'm going to keep working on getting this thing done so we can start repairing the vehicles because they are going to start looking really bad. Like, they're going to look disgusting, and they're going to start breaking down. I get penalized for that when they get broken down. They run a lot less efficiently. They break down more often. It'll take like days for them to come back online. They will still keep operating until their wear and tear reaches 100%. At that point, I have to scrap it, which sucks. Speaking of which, before I go, I did want to mention this because I mentioned it in passing, right? You can't sell these, right? If I try to sell this, it's a negative dollar, right? So you might be wondering, okay, well, like, wait a minute. If I don't want the vehicle, how do I sell it to get more money? Because you used to be able to just sell it, and that would, you know, help you recover a little bit if you were behind, right? Recoup some of your costs. You can't do that now. How do you do it? Well, the design for this is that you scrap this vehicle. So you send the vehicle to scrap it. This button probably will change later. But the idea here is it's for scrapping the button. So in order for you to sell this, you need to go into an open haul. You need to say, hey, get on this open haul. All right. Then you need to take this vehicle and you need to tell this vehicle to go sell the vehicle at the border, right? So you basically take this, you say new stop at the border, please. And then you say you want to unload vehicles. That's how you sell it. If you're looking to sell things like sell the bulldozer and things like that, that is how you will sell this. If you try to sell it another way, it will cost you, which is not what you want to do, right? So if you're struggling with this like I am and trying to figure it out, that's how you have to do it now. I don't make the rules, man. I'm just trying to let you know what they are, all right? Take it easy. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.